Alright, hi, it's Mr. Bernay. I'm going to go over your inequality notes. So we're going to talk about each one of these symbols and what they mean, and I will give you an example of each. You'll have to cut this boldable, which I've already done. You'll have to do that yourself. And you'll also have to write these symbols on the outside, just like I did. But I'll post a picture of that on Google Classroom for you so you can see what that looks like on the outside. So the first symbol that you see is less than. It's a less than symbol. And what that means is you'll have a variable, some number, is less than, and that's just an example. So some number is less than 4. You don't know what the number is, it's a variable, in this case b. But we know that whatever this number is, it's less than 4. So that's what it would look like written out. What it would look like on a graph would be, you have a 4 here. You draw an open circle. Open circle. And then the number that you want is going to be on this side of the number line, because we know that it's less than 4. So the answer to your problem is somewhere on the left side of this number line here, to the left of 4. The reason why it's an open circle, not a closed circle, is because your answer does not include 4. So we're leaving 4 out of this. So it's an open circle here, we're not coloring it in. And then we color everything to the left of that open circle. So that's the first one. B is less than 4. That's the less than symbol and what it looks like on the graph. Alright, the next one is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to symbol. And an example of that would be E is less than or equal to 8. And what it would look like on the graph, if 8 is here, this time I'm going to have a closed circle. So I'm going to color the circle in. Closed circle. And then my answer is to the left of that 8, because my symbol says less than or equal to 8. So that's what the graph would look like. And what I'd like for you to do is to copy all of this down as I go along, and feel free to pause or rewind as you need to help you get these notes down. Alright, the next one is a greater than symbol. Greater than. So your example here is going to be 8. A is greater than 5. So we'll put this on the graph. Say 5 is right here. Again, you'll have an open circle, just like you did up here for less than. Greater than, you'll have an open circle again, except for this time you'll shade to the right of the 5. Again, it's an open circle because the answer does not include the 5. The answer will be greater than 5. So we don't color in 5 because we don't include it in our answer. So that's what the graph for greater than looks like. Next is greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. So our example here will be Z greater than or equal to 7. This time you'll have a closed circle, because your answer could be 7, could be equal to 7. Or it could also be greater than 7, greater than or equal to. So I'm going to plot 7 on the number line, closed circle, and it's going to be greater than or equal to 7. And that's what the graph looks like. You'll see a pattern here for the problems with equal signs under them, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, closed circle. If there's no equal sign underneath, then you have an open circle, because your answers don't include those numbers. Alright, and the last one is this kind of a strange symbol that you won't see that much, but it means not equal to. Not equal to, so an example would be S is not equal to 3. So we don't know what s equals, but we know that it does not equal 3. So you're going to have an open circle on this graph on 3, because we know that our answer is not 3. So we're not going to include the 3 in our graph. But it could be a number greater than 3. Could be any number less than 3. All we know is that the answer is not 3. So we're including all numbers except for 3 here. And that's what's represented in the graph. So again, I want you to get all these notes down just like I have it here. If you need to, you can pause the video at this point and get all the notes. But again, feel free to rewind, pause as you need to. Just make sure you get all the notes down. Alright, thanks.